Hello and welcome back to Princess Evangile. They publish the approval rating results every Monday, don't they? I know they do the survey on the weekend. What's it look like this week? After he saved me from the jaws of danger. Big spike, right? Did you forget? We kept the whole thing a secret. Oh yeah, that's right. I guess I got really fixated on hoping for an increase in support. It's too bad. Should I announce it now? No, I think it'd be safer if we sat on it. I mean, I really don't want to make a fuss. Fair enough. I do think that's for the best. I received a harsh reprimand from the headmistress myself. What? You did? Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I ended up slipping out when I was arguing with the headmistress. It's fine. What's this now? What happened? I had an experience similar to yours. Wow, that must have been awful. Anyway, the headmistress called me and told me not to tell anyone, so as not to sow unease. I see. Were you saved by Masaya-kun too? No, this was before we became acquainted. I managed to escape them myself. Wow, you're amazing! Ayaka-sama seemed genuinely impressed. And even after that you kept up your search for the special transfer student? Yes! I guess that's why they call you Solid Ecole. You're more concerned about the school's welfare than its own board of directors. Rai-san looked a little conflicted. But are you sure it's okay for me to join, just because I think Masaya-san is cute? Well, I don't see why it wouldn't be. I wish I could show everyone just how heroic it was. He wrapped those burly arms around me, and that passionate brazier. Please don't lie. But it's true that you were heroic. Okay. Sorry, text message. We're expecting some parcels today and we just got the confirmation of what time they're likely to turn up. But it's not for another couple of hours, so it shouldn't affect the recording session, depending on how long I end up recording for. Right. Sorry about that. I don't know about that. I basically just snuck in and then snuck back out. But the way you infiltrated their den of villainy, it was a ratty old apartment. To hear Ayaka-san tell it, the place was the goons' central office or something. If they were hanging out there, though, it's probably because they were broke again. But even Ritsuko was impressed, you know. Huh? Was she? Yes, she really was. Wow. I was genuinely surprised to hear that. Though she said, that doesn't mean I'm going to come around to supporting him. Ritsuko does have a position to think about. She's the leader of the Red Rose Society, yeah. Though personally I think that's out of character for her. When she spoke that way... Okay, that's been badly translated. When she spoke that way, I felt like I was really seeing Ayaka-san's sisterly side. That's right. How's the approval rating? The time before last we received a 14-point boost after he saved Konami, but after that it was only a marginal gain. A marginal gain? Guess we still have a long way to go, huh, Masaya-kun? Looks like it. Though personally, I think you're adorable. I wonder what they think you're missing. Wildness, perhaps? Wildness? Oh, but he looks so good naked. How do you know that? Oh, you know, because before, got naked in the Red Rose Society room? Oh, that's right. Actually, maybe we need to push that point more aggressively. I'd rather just focus on normal ways. I get it. Keeping it as nice in the hole, right? That wasn't what I was saying at all. It's true. We could use a way to boost his approval rating. After all, he's not a bad person or anything. Why do you sound as if you're making excuses? I wasn't trying to. Well, we are dealing with the Filly Divinices after all. True. They're very stubborn. I was starting to get a sense of that myself. And for better or for worse, usually for the better, the Maidens of Venices were an odd breed. Konami is a good, albeit extreme example, but you can expect that they all feel that way to some degree. Sorry, wrong voice. Konami is a good, albeit extreme example, but you can expect that they all feel that way to some degree. Yeah. Did you know the White Lily Society is a real breeding ground for progressives? She was referring to the fact that even interacting with me, i.e. boy, was considered strange. Well, we have our ace in the hole. We should brace ourselves to use it. Right. Sure. Of course. Huh? Wait, when did they all agree on that ace in the hole? I restrained a yawn. Venice, oh bloody hell. I'd be doomed then. Venice's students aren't supposed to be caught yawning, so I did my best to restrain them, or cover them with a hand when I had no other choice. I figured things like that would help me fit in at Venice's a little bit more. I felt like I was being watched. Was that just my imagination? There were a lot of students heading to school, but none of them were especially paying attention to me. There it was again. Maybe it really was my imagination. There was no one looking my way at all. I scanned the dining hall as I chowed down on my beef tongue and grated yam rice bowl. Part of me thought I was imagining it, part of me thought I wasn't. Really is weird. Later, when I was heading for Maria Hall after class, I once again got the feeling that I was being watched. Ayaka-san, were you watching me today? What's all this about? Nothing. I told them how I felt, like I was being watched all day long. Oh? Is that all? I thought you were hinting to me that you wanted to be watched. No, definitely not. Sorry, but it wasn't me. But now that we can talk all the time like this, I don't have any reason to watch you from afar. I thought it might have been one of her pranks, but looked like it wasn't that either. You weren't just imagining it. It's possible. It would be expected after your first arrival here, but for someone to have their eye on you now? That person surely feels ammo towards you, Masaya-san. Who? Who is it? Amor? Is that a river? It means love. What? Love? So who is it? I told you, I don't know. It could well just be my imagination anyway. That's true, I guess. Look, anyway, I'm pretty sure that's not it either. Oh, I don't know about that. It seems very plausible to me. Oh, please. I wonder who it could be. Who could it be? Come in. Salutations. Ah, Konomi. I've come today to make a request to the White Lily Society. What is it? I've been monitoring that one all day, and... That one? Who do you mean? You know, the Tyrannosaurus serpent over there. What? Konomi-chan clearly wasn't expecting to see everyone acting so shocked. You were watching him? What if I was? Do you like Masaya? What? Okay, let's be honest, she has a crush and she's utterly terrified of that fact. This has been established. What are you talking about? Of course not! I guess you wouldn't. Phew, you scared me there. But if not for more, then why were you watching him? You know why? I intend to expose that one's true colours at last. Why do you keep referring to him that way? Because I believe that the title Tyrannosaurus serpent is wasted on him? Words like it and that one are good enough? You know, you could just call me by my name. My, Masaya-kun. Did you do something untoward towards Konomi? No, of course not. I honestly couldn't think of anything I'd done to make Konomi-chan hate me. Well, even more. It's true that I saw no particular lapse of decorum while I was monitoring him today, but that could just because he hides his true face so well. Look, what's all this about? Do you still intend to play dumb? No, I don't think so. You were naked before, weren't you? Huh? I saw it, and after all, I saw it, and it tormented me in my dreams for days. Okay, her eyes have vanished completely. I can't tell, are they her closed eyes or are they her eyebrows? Because they look more like eyebrows. That is terrifying. You must have loved that. Why would you say that? Well, you did sound a little happy just now. I absolutely did not. That would never make me happy. When I woke up, my body was burning hot and I was covered in sweat. My mind was blank, and who would be happy about that? Sounds like happiness to me. Anyway, it was in that moment that I knew that man is absolutely dangerous. Wait a minute, Konami. You heard that explanation afterwards, didn't you? Masaya-sama didn't do that on purpose. I disagree. Ah. I beg your pardon, Arai-sama, but this is hardly normal for a person to strip naked in front of others just because some letter told them to. Well, she has a point. Hey! I'm kidding. Look, Konami, you've got the wrong idea completely. I wasn't doing that in front of people. Masaya-kun thought he was there for a private rendezvous. When you all showed up, I was as shocked as everyone else. I see. I didn't know you were so determined to get pregnant, Ayaka-sama. Get pregnant? Why would you wait in a room naked unless you were intended to get someone pregnant? Did you even hear what I said? This is what I've come here to say. You need to get away from that man before you end up pregnant. Oh, Konami, you're always talking about people getting pregnant. What are you talking about? Sorry, wrong voice. Konami, you're always talking about people getting pregnant. What exactly are you talking about? Well, it's true, you know. It is? Pregnancy begins from eye contact, you know. I really am worried about you all becoming unwed mothers, and it would be horrible. We put our heads together and spoke in hushed voices. Hey, I think Konami's really serious about this. What's going on here? I didn't think it was possible, but... Well, Konami doesn't seem like the type to joke around about this kind of thing. She did seem to be convinced that Masaya-san was a playboy from the beginning. She seems to have picked up a lot of mistaken ideas about how things work. Hey, what are you all doing? Get away from him! Konami? We broke up the huddle and Rai-san spoke. Looking at a person does not cause pregnancy. Ever. Her reaction was one of suspicion. Come on, you're at a religious school. You must have read the Bible. What do you think all that begetting is? I love the use of the phrase begetting. That's a great phrase. Her reaction was one of suspicion. Come on now, I'll prove it. Ayaka-san moved round behind Konami-chan. And she pressed lightly on her back and moved a couple of steps forward. Try to make eye contact with Masaya-kun. I just wanted to clear up the misunderstanding now if I could, so I met her eyes firmly. This could cause trouble for Konami-chan in the future, after all. It felt like a staring contest, but eventually Konami-chan turned red, began trembling, as if she were holding back laughter. Oh dear. She wriggled away like a wild animal and bolted from the room. That was quite a shock. Yeah, this is really serious. Oh, sweet merciful God. He planted his seed in me! That man planted his seed in me! Planted his seed? Even her way of speaking is old-fashioned. For heaven's sake. It is weird. Princess has health classes. Konami doesn't seem the type to not pay attention in class. Or is she? She looked like the serious sort to me, but... Just then there was a clamour of footsteps outside the door. I thought it might be Konami-chan coming back. But it wasn't. Oh, Konogi Masaya! What's this about planting your seed? Come to my office at once! Huh? Okay, can my little entourage here turn up as well? Because otherwise, this is going to be really awkward to explain. I really am sorry. That night, Ritsuko-chan stopped by my room to apologise for what had happened earlier that day. I'd had to go through a rather long interrogation before I finally cleared up the misunderstanding. You don't have to apologise, Ritsuko-chan. Of course, I'd rather have Konami-chan apologising, but, well, she wasn't around. And for some reason, Ayaka-san was here. Konami entered the Red Rose Society because I was there. I feel a certain sense of Employer responsibility? Oh, you've always been a stickler about these things. I wish you'd just leave people be. You're certainly not the one to talk in that regard. But Mseo-kun is a really generous guy. I'm sure he's not bothered by it. You aren't helping, sister. What are you doing here, Ayaka-san? I just happened to run into Ritsuko, and I'm a little worried about Konomi myself. Why is she acting this way? It's just strange, no matter how you slice it. Well, regarding the matter you asked me about, yeah? She tells me she never pays attention in health education classes. And there we go. But why? She seemed like a pretty serious student to me. No, it isn't that. She says it embarrasses her. Embarrasses her? Oh, the contents of the class. Yes. That's pretty incredible too. Is the sex education at Venice really that extreme? No way! Well, I don't know how they do it at other schools, but I guess it's normal. I mean, what kind of things did you learn, Mseo-kun? Well, let's see. We look at eroticized diagrams of the body, learn about how sex works. That's pretty much it. That sounds to be like ours. So Konomi's embarrassed by the simplest stuff, huh? Yes. Okay, I'm not going to rant about sex education in this country because it's terrible. As I say, focusing purely on the biology is a perfectly fine starting point. The problem is there's nothing after that. I remember that we had a course that was Personal Social Health Citizenship Education, so PSHCE, which did have a sex education course that was terrible. It was really, really terrible. In fact, we've actually just had a bill put up for debate in our Houses of Parliament to make that, or preferably a better version of that, compulsory. Because it has actually been shown that in areas with better sexual education, things like potential for disease, methods of contraception, even the emotional stuff, relationship advice, have much lower rates of things like teenage pregnancy, STDs, because once you know about it, you can be a lot more sensible about it. Now, it's never going to get rid of it completely, because let's face it, there are people who just won't listen, but it does help a lot. So yeah, I'll... Why is this game so determined to make me get on my soapbox? I need to buy a soapbox for the review just so I can have that joke in there. Anyway. Admittedly, the only box of soap I know of are tiny... Actually, yeah, that'll work. I've just had an idea for the review. But I might not end up doing it, but we'll see. Depends if I remember it or not. But here's the question. Where did you get all that bad information then? From Shujio Manga. Manga, huh? I'm sure the writers don't think anyone would take that kind of thing seriously. Yes. But it's going to make trouble for her when she gets out in the world. I mean, of course she'll have a few years until then, but... Allow me to say it in advance. I am truly sorry, Mseo-sama. It's okay. But what about Konomi herself? She's not much of a filly for de Venice's if she can't apologise to a person. That is certainly more convincing coming from your lips, sister. Thank you. Regarding Konomi, she's currently writhing in bed. Wow, is she sick? No, she just claims that she's preparing for labour pains. She really is serious. I wasn't sure what kind of preparation it could be. But I really should try to stop her. Ritsuko-chan murmured an excuse me, and then took a leave, deep in thought. I do think you're right, Mseo-kun. Konomi's going to have trouble on her wedding night if she keeps on like this. Yeah. So, Mseo-kun, if something like that does happen, you hold part of the responsibility. Huh? Why me? Because thanks to your coming here, Konomi's misguided ideas have exploded. Well, I think the same would have happened with any guy. No. Huh? Why not? Your sheer handsomeness is what has Konomi so confused. Oh, please. No, I'm serious. If she didn't like you so much, she wouldn't be in such a fierce state of denial. Well, I think you've got that backwards. You don't get it, do you? The reason Konomi's getting so desperate is she can't get you out of her head. Yeah, she has a crush. Let's face it, everybody has a crush on somebody at around that age. It happens. It's perfectly natural. Providing you don't go completely insane with it, there's no problems. If you were a man she didn't like, she wouldn't need to be so defensive and she could approach you more calmly. Are you aware of her title? Yeah, I think it was Darling Doll, right? Yeah, Mignon Poupée. Because that's usually the way people see her. Well, that makes sense, but still. Anyway, you will help me, won't you, Miseo-kun? Help you with what? Training Konomi. Training? Well, call it educating if you like. Those are two completely different things. Well, see you tomorrow. Wait, what are we doing tomorrow? You know, studying. Health education. We have a nice live body here after all. It'd be a shame not to put it to use. What are you going to make me do? You'll find out tomorrow. Actually, I haven't figured it out yet. I'm off now. Salutations. Oh, where are the goodies when you need them? We need their special gender education film. Which includes the sight of a man and a woman naked, hiding under some bedsheets. They have special areas on their body. These are called the rude bits. And aren't they rude? If you've never seen the British television show The Goodies, I do recommend you look up bits of it because it is absolutely hilarious. It's a pity not many episodes have actually survived, because it was made, was it the late 60s or the early 70s? You know, back when the Beeb had a habit of not hanging on to copies of things. So they've managed to release about a dozen episodes on DVD, but that's about it, which is a pity because, well, what survives is bloody hilarious. Especially Kitten Kong. Kitten Kong is a classic, where they accidentally feed some growth material to a kitten, and it ends up... Well, the name Kitten Kong should give you a clue. It's massive, and there's a fantastic scene where it accidentally knocks over the post office tower. It's the most adorable rampage of death you will ever see. Salutations. Ah, what is it, Ayaka-sama? Rise, Miseo-kun and I need to skip the meeting today. Huh? I'm borrowing Miseo-kun for something. As she spoke, Ayaka-san twined her arms around mine. Whoa! My, Ayaka-sama is progressive as ever, I see. The softness against my arm caused me to freeze up. Well, let's be off. And she half dragged me down the hallway. Ayaka-san? Yes? People are really looking. What's wrong with that? Let them look if they want. No. Well, it's just I thought this might be really bad. The rancid softness against my arm was making it hard for me to walk. Really? Yeah, I heard a few voices in the classroom too. I mean, they're saying you were progressive and stuff. I don't mind that. I'm used to people saying those things about me after all. Why is progressive an insult in this school? I don't get it. Ayaka-san. Don't be like that. She poked at my cheek and then moved her body away. And she released my arm. It was a little chilly without her there. Well, we'll leave it at that for now. I don't want them calling you a Tyranitar serpent and sabotaging your approval rating or anything. And I also don't want to see you look sad. So anyway, I've been thinking. Yes? Here. Ayaka-san pulled a health education textbook from her bag. I rummaged around, and I found this last night. It has stuff that the final course textbook doesn't cover. And we're going to teach her with that? Whee! I felt relieved. Given Ayaka-san's usual tendencies, I was worried that it would be something outlandish. But if we just use the textbook, it's going to be no different from an ordinary class. Since Konomi doesn't learn anything from those, we can't just leave it at that, so... This time I thought you could play the teacher. The teacher? I don't know if I could. It isn't that hard. Stand at the podium, read the textbook. I thought that having a male teacher would change a lot about how Konomi reacts to it. You really think so? It seemed like that would make her less likely to listen. Look, you can point to a Dragon Grow and say, your teacher has one of those too. I'm not doing that. Oh, but I had such high hopes. Please don't. Konomi hates losing and loves competition, so if you could turn this into a competition, she might be more willing to take in the information. She had a point, which only made it easier to imagine what I could do. Got it. Ayaka-san, you thought this through more than I expected. What do you mean more than you expected? Sorry. Well, a textbook is still a textbook in the end. You've got to take them seriously, right? That seemed like a strange figure of speech. If she learned something from Miseo-set's these lessons, then we're in the clear. But if she still doesn't understand, I have a next step in mind. What is it? That's a secret, and you'll find out soon enough. What the heck's that high-pitched? Sorry, there's a really high-pitched noise coming from outside. I'm trying to work out where it's coming from. Anyway. Okay, here. I'll call Konomi. So, yeah, you just wait in your classroom. Right. What's the meaning of this, Ayaka-sama? Come on, you shouldn't get so angry just by looking at him. I am not angry. But what is the meaning of this? Please explain it to me first. Okay, it means that we want to teach you a few things, Konomi. Teach me? Go on, Masaya-sensei, take the podium. Right. Now, Konomi, sit at the desk. Go on, quickly now. Huh? On Ayaka-sama's prodding, Konomi-chan hesitantly took her seat. What exactly are you going to do? Told you, we're going to teach you. Masaya-kun, myself, and all your friends are worried about you. More specifically, about your future. Worried? About my future? Do you plan to get married in the future? I haven't actually thought about it, but... Right. But you'll marry if you find a good match, right? Or have you already decided to spend your life as a spinster? I haven't done that either, but... Then you're definitely going to need some education. Sexual education. Sexual education? Just the word alone made Konomi-chan blush. It was seriously rare to meet a girl that innocent in this day and age. Well, otherwise what are you going to do on your wedding night? Wedding night? You'll just gaze at each other and the baby maker will be done. Is that what you think? Ritsuko told me that you read that in a shoujo manga. And if I believe me blunt, that stuff is a joke. Oh, no. Konomi-chan looked genuinely crestfallen. Konomi, why didn't you listen properly in health education class? Well... Is it because you're embarrassed? Konomi-chan gave her a nod. I thought so. Alright, Masaya-sensei. If Masaya-kun is teaching you, you'll have to pay attention, right? I won't! She stood up with a clatter. Why do I have to be taught by that one? Are you going to run away? Huh? In a moment, Konomi-chan's face went from deeply flushed to stark white. Immediately effective, huh? What do you mean, running away, Ayaka-sama? Well, Masaya-kun stayed up last night getting the lesson ready for you. Well, of course, that was a lie. So, you're going to put all that to waste just because you don't like it? What would you call that if not running from your enemy? The logic was a little strange, but Konomi-chan didn't seem to notice. Her shoulders trembled, and she pursed her lips as her eyes filled with tears. A warrior would never run from an enemy? Yes, that's true, you're right. Then please, take your seat. Actually, for the record, even the sword manual specifically said... Well, is it Fiore's manual? I think it's Fiore's manual that basically says, assume it, if you're facing 4 opponents and you're a master of his techniques and they're not, you can reasonably expect to win. Any more than that, and there's no dishonor in running like hell. That's not the actual quote, but it's, I can't remember the actual quote, plus I'd have to translate it from Italian, which I can't remember the Italian version either. Plus I can't speak Italian. You may have noticed the only language I can speak is English. Oh, and I can swear in about 8 other languages, but I don't think that counts. I'll be here with you too, so let's listen to Masaya-sensei's class. Very well. Konomi-chan sank listlessly into her chair, and Ayaka-san sat down next to her. Okay. Should we start? Yes, please do. Are you ready, Konomi-chan? Do your worst. I'll never let you defeat me. Right. Well then. And that seems like a reasonable moment to end this part. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next.